One of my regulars has ghosted me since seeing all these news articles about me. I guess he didn't know that I had a rotation and that he was one of my regulars, so oopsies.
Okay, so for today's video, we're going to be talking about a story that's been evolving in a very peculiar way. Now, a few weeks ago, an article was written titled, "Aussie who slept with 300 people in 1 year is embarking on a new challenge." And this article is in regards to over a month ago, another article came out titled, "Woman who slept with more than 300 people in 1 year explains how she did it." And as you could see from that opening clip, apparently she did this with regulars who had no idea that they were on some sort of a rotation list. Now, before we get into the updated story, I just want to quickly touch on this one that came out, as I mentioned, in October. And this girl, who's an Australian woman, she's 26 years old. She was on a radio show and she openly admitted to sleeping with 300 people within 12 months, which is basically, if you can do the math, almost a person a day for the whole year. And here's that clip.
How many people would you have slept with in that year?
Yeah, give us some numbers.
Probably 300.
Jesus.
In 1 year.
In a day, 5 in 1 day. I feel empowered afterwards. I feel good.
Yeah.
Like, sex makes me feel good. It's meant to make you feel good.
Yeah.
It's just fun. I don't know. It's exciting. It's messy. The messier the sex, the better.
Now, as you can hear from the radio host, they're gobsmacked. And I think anyone who actually came across this article felt the same way. And if we go down this article, it says, "If you need advice on how to get laid, Annie Knight is your girl." In just a space of 12 months, Annie said she slept with around 300 people and labeled her fun-filled year as empowering. Again, I don't understand how you could think allowing 300 people to use your body in that kind of way is empowering, but she goes on to say, as you heard in the clip, "I felt empowered afterwards. Sex makes me feel good. It's meant to make you feel good. It's just fun and exciting. It's messy, and the messier sex, the better." Now, I'm not no prude. Obviously, I know that sex is great, but it's meant to be enjoyed with, a boyfriend, a husband, whatever your partner is. It's not meant to just be given willy-nilly to 300 plus people within 1 year. That's just absolutely insane. And as anyone who's come across, these red pill videos or, these videos where they ask these women what their body count is, it's clear as day that the higher the body count, the less men want to be with you. And this is something that's very important because, as this other article that just came out a few weeks ago says, she's embarking on a new challenge. That's because this is the challenge at hand.
I'm going on 52 dates in 52 weeks, and this is why. It is tough out there for us single gals, okay? Anyone in the dating game knows it is absolutely fucked and close to impossible to find a guy who is ready to commit. I went on 4 dates last year, 4 of which I wasn't interested in them. But the year before, I went on also 4 dates and I was interested in all of them and none of them were interested in me. So I'm hoping this is the year where we find balance and we find someone who likes us and we also like.
So for some reason, this girl is now deciding to go on 52 dates, so a date a week for the whole year, which to me sounds counterproductive. Instead of going on the dates before sleeping with somebody, you decide to rack up a whole bunch of bodies, as they would say, and sleep with as many people as possible within a year, and now you want to start dating because you're looking for love. Like, there's a serious disconnect there where you think that that is the order of operations that you should have been working with. This article goes on to say, this Australian woman who slept with 300 people in 1 year is in the midst of a new challenge, getting to know her partners outside of the bedroom. Again, something you should have done ahead of time. After spending much of 2023 between the sheets, Annie Knight, 26, says she'll attempt to go on 52 dates in 52 weeks. She'll document it all for her followers on TikTok, of course, because everybody's private life has to be online. But it goes on to say, Knight says that she has been single for 3 years and admitted that she is inexperienced when it comes to traditional dating. "I've never had much of a dating life. I've used to go on about 3 dates a year. So that's why I want to do this now. I've never been much of a dater, so I wanted to give myself an incentive, and I'm holding myself accountable by posting the reviews of the dates online. So it sounds like she's going to be using the online posting as like a journal of some sort to keep record of all this. However, she's already had to take a break because she's finding it too hard.
I'm gonna be real with you. I had a week off. I was really, really exhausted. And I was actually really sick last week, but I needed a bit of a break. People don't realize how exhausting going on first dates are. And even if you see them a few times, it's like, it takes a lot of energy out of you. So I felt like I just needed a week off, which I know is like against the whole point of the videos, but like I just needed a break, guys, okay?
Now, I do commend her, acknowledging that dating is tough, especially in today's society. However, I feel like she didn't really think about how much more difficult she's made it for herself in particular by racking up this many bodies, as they would say, plus announcing it to the world for anybody to see that. Now, I think outside of all the sleeping around that she did, she is an OnlyFans model, and she apparently racks up a lot of money doing that as well. And I don't know if the guys that she's meeting either know this plus know her body count or what she embarked in this year, or they're just trying to take advantage because they know she's got a lot of money. But she's even been in situations like this as of recently on a date, which I find a little comical.
I went on a date the other night and he made me pay. It was $500. So I was talking to this guy on Hinge for like probably a week or so and decided to go out with him in Melbourne while I'm here. We went out to a really nice restaurant, had a great dinner. Like, he was pretty good. Like, if I had to rate the date, I'd probably say he was like a 7 out of 10. Like, it was fine. We had lots of cocktails, a bottle of wine. Like, it was lots of fun. And then I get up to go to the bathroom. I come back and the bill's on the table, which, like, that's fine. And it sits there for ages. And, like, we're still talking and, like, whatever. And I'm kind of like, oh, this is, like, getting a bit awkward now. Like, is he going to say something? Is he going to put his card down? Like, I don't expect the guy to pay, but I always expect them to at least offer. And, like, if we go halves, like, that's so fine. I'm more than happy to do that. Anyway, eventually the waiter comes over and she's like, are you guys ready to pay? And he just looks at me and goes, she's paying $500. And I assume that obviously he's seen all the stories and stuff about how much money I make and just thought, I'd cop the bill. Like, I don't care, I paid the bill, but like, what? So safe to say I will not be seeing that man again.
So, here she is boohoo whining and crying that she had to pay a full $500 bill for a date. Now, she does claim that she would have been fine splitting it, but if the guy never mentioned splitting it, she would have been cool with him paying for the full $500, even though she knows that she makes probably way more than this guy does from OnlyFans. Now, I don't really know what else to say in regards to this outside of, I guess, best of luck to her. I don't think she's going to be successful in this endeavor simply because her number is just way too high in terms of partners she's had and how public it is and everything like that. I don't think really a man wants that, and I don't think that this is going to help finding somebody who does like her and is cool with her past. But that being said, I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about this crazy story? It's just wild to me to think that basically almost slept with a single person every day of the year and just took off like a few weekends or something, to not make a full 365. But hey, again, love to hear from you guys. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks so much.